HIZON is a Filipino surname which has gained much prominence over the years, eliciting respect and admiration. This is its story and of the people who proudly carry its heritage.
Some HIZON elders claim that the HIZONs of the Philippines were descended from a Portuguese trader who had a Chinese wife from Macau. They migrated to the Philippines in the 1600s and resided just outside the walls of Intramuros, in an area now known as Binondo. Meanwhile, the oldest known record of the HIZON family name were those of the birth and census documents of Tomas Maximo HIZON, a Chinese mestizo born in Malabon in the later part of the 17th century and married to Doña Marcelina Santiago. They had 6 children: Vicente, Felipe, Constantina, Miguela, Gavino, and Francisco. Tomas was a merchant engaged in wholesale trade, dealing mostly with products imported from China and selling to traders in Malabon, Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, and Pampanga. Like their father, Vicente, Felipe, Gavino, and Francisco traded their merchandise in the various ports along the Pampanga River. The river traverses the provinces of Pampanga, Bulacan, and Nueva Ecija. Back then, it was deep and wide, hence navigable, and was used as highways by traders and travelers riding in cascos and bancas. The brothers also bought agricultural products and supplied their mother's store in Malabon. Their 2 sisters, Constantina and Miguela, assisted their mother, Marcelina, in managing their store. Vicente Santiago HIZON, born in 1794, and his brother Felipe, born in 1796, concentrated their trading operations in Mexico Pampanga, which was then a busy and flourishing river port, flocked by traders from Malabon, Meycauayan, and Guadalupe, which were then established towns. From nearby provinces of Nueva Ecija and Tarlac came carts drawn by ox and horses with lots of goods for trade. During the early part of the 1800s, Vicente and Felipe met their future brides, Paula and Anna, respectively the daughters of Ji Wei Cheng, a pure Chinese and one of the wealthiest businessmen in Mexico Pampanga, and Kapampangan Rosa Liwanag. Through the so-called Claviera Decree of 1849, mandating the use of standardized Filipino names and surnames, Ji Wei Cheng then changed his name to Juan Custodio David. Vicente Santiago HIZON and Paula Liwanag David bore 6 children who became the forebearers of the HIZONs of Pampanga. They were Alejandra Andrea, Saturnino, Atanasio, Anacleto, Graciana, Merced. Alejandro Andrea married Catalino Cruz Lorenzo and had 11 children. Inocencia married Teodoro Dorong Tola. Macario married Simprosa Tuazon. Maria Rosario, single. Maura, single. Macario married Segundo Pexon. Florentina, single. Viviana, single. Quirino married twice. Benigna HIZON, first cousin, and Maria Vergara. Catalina married Candido Lazatin. Tomasa married Congressman Monico Mercado. Hilarion had 4 wives: Josefa HIZON, first cousin, Caridad HIZON, niece, Magdalena Pingul, and Maria Rivera. Saturnino David HIZON married 3 times. His first wife, Maria Quizon, had only 1 son, Felino, who had 2 wives, Maria Tizon and Maria Flores. Adriana Deirit had 6 children. Josefa married Hilarion Lorenzo, first cousin. Manuel married Rosario Lorenzo, also first cousin. Maria married Telano Mercado, Francisco married Manuela, Eliseo married Gabina Cabral, and Marcelo died as an infant. His third wife was Cornelia Cizon and had 5 children. Crispin married Geminiana Garcia with no children. Jose married Liwayway Tenorio, no children. Lucas married Consuelo Sandico, Pilar married Manuel Sandico, and Simplicia was single. Atanasio David HIZON married Aniceta Hipolito. They had 11 children. General Maximino married Victoria Peralta. Benigna married Quirino Lorenzo, first cousin. Primo married twice, Maria Perez and Nena Mondragon. Candido married Felisa Tantuico. Felicissimo married Gertrudes Lorenzo. Bernabe married Dionisia Santos. Miguela married Pedro Tiopaco. Juana married Adriano Deirit. Braulio married Defroza Panlilio, and both Simeon and Alfonso remained single. Anacleto David Hizon married Victoria Miranda Singian and had 8 children. Francisco married Trinidad Limson. Florentino married Juana Henson. Luisa married Joaquin Singian. Leonicia married Dr. Basilio Ocampo. Maria became a nun. Ramon married Maria Parras. Felisa married Luis Dizon. And Victoria married Godofredo Rodriguez. Graciana David Hizon married Damaso de Leon and had 3 sons. Jose Leoncio married Natividad Joven and Regina Joven. Vicente married Acoba Mejares, and Manuel, who became Tarlac governor, married Juanita Iturralde. Merced David Hizon married Crisanto Lorenzo and had no children. A few years after Vicente Santiago Hizon married, his younger brother Felipe Santiago Hizon, and they were partners in the trading operations in Mexico, Pampanga, married Ana Liwanag David, the younger sister of Paula, the wife of Vicente. Their descendants would add to the clan of Hizons in Pampanga. The union of Felipe and Ana produced 8 children: Alejandra, Luisa, Guillerma, Anastasia, Juana, Serafina, Pedro, and Crispin. Alejandra David Hizon married Benedicto Ocampo and had 3 children. Jose married Romana Pineda. Brigida married twice, Mariana Ocampo and Isaac Cunan. Joaquin married Juanaria del Rosario. Luisa David Hizon married Antonio Sandico Hizon and had 6 children. Vicente married Nicolasa Deirit. Ireneo married Leonor Vergara but had no children. Galacio married twice, Maria Hizon de Leon, a first cousin, and Perfecta Sandico. Primo married twice, Josefa Vergara and Maria Vergara. Jose had 3 wives, Mateo Gomez, Pilar Mutuk, and Cleotilda Supan. Julian married Maria Rivera, and Eliseo remained single. Guillermo David Hizon married Catalino Mercado and had 7 children. Roman married Aquilina Gonzalez. Damaso married twice, Maria Dizon and Faustina Pandilio. Fidel married Salvador Ocampo. Simeon married Angela Angeles. Maura married Marcelino Angeles. Elena married Conrado del Rosario. Juan married twice, Felisa Vergara and Guadalupe Lacbay. Anastasia David Hizon married Francisco Liwanag. They remained childless. Juana David Hizon married Angel Ocampo and had 4 children. Clemente married Marta Santos, no children. Simeon married Rosario Consunji. Felisa married Nicetas Deirit, and Lucila married Ponciano Henson. Serafina David Hizon married Rafael de Leon and had 3 children. Maria married Galacio Panlilio, a first cousin. Leonor married Cipriano Macabali, and Trinidad married Buenaventura Cuyugan. Pedro David Hizon married twice. Francisca Medina's children are Arsenia married Apostol, no children. Alejandro married Juana Vino. Trinidad married Apolinar Abro. Manuel married Francisca Cruz. Lucila Panlilio's children, Engracia, single. Concepcion married Magno Nuki Sr. Felipe had 3 wives, Victoria Lorenzo, first cousin, Euphemia Bondoc, and Gregorio Malari. Vicente married Asuncion Palma Gil from the Hizons of Davao. Crispin David Hizon married Natalia Mercado and had 3 children. Arsenia was single. Epifania married, but there's no information on her husband. Atang also remained single. Gavino Santiago HIZON married Brigida Lorenzo. Children: Genoveva, Apollonio, Tunke, Clemente, settled in Pulilan, Faustina, Pablo. Gavina Santiago HIZON's second wife is Lucia Golco. The children: Fabiana and Custodio. Genoveva, the oldest daughter of Gavino, married Gregoria Sevilla. Their children are Escolastico, who had 4 wives, Raimunda Sarmiento, Engracia Santiago, Antonia Santos, and Aniceta Sarmienta. Josefa married Isabelo de los Santos. Vicente married Juliana Sunico. Ezequiel married Susana Guidote. Maxima married Jose Camus Sr., and Fidela married Candido Mora.
Limited by the time allotted for this audiovisual presentation, enumerating all the names of descendants up to the present generation would not simply be possible. However, efforts to digitalize and encode over 1,000 names found in the HIZON genealogy book is underway. A website on the HIZON family will soon be available.
At this juncture, we take pride in remembering our distinguished forebears who are among the nation's heroes, having fought for freedom from bondage and oppression and the national interest, those who served in the local and national government in various capacities, with distinction and honor, and those who have excelled in their fields of interest and have brought pride not only to our clan, but to our country as well. Vicente and Felipe Santiago HIZON, who migrated from Malabon to Mexico, Pampanga, became capitanes from 1847 to 1852. The following children of Vicente Santiago HIZON served as Gobernadorcillos: Gobernadorcillo Saturnino David HIZON, Gobernadorcillo Atanasio David HIZON, Gobernadorcillo Anacleto David HIZON. Revolutionary hero General Maximino H. HIZON played an important role both during the Philippine Revolution against Spain and the Filipino-American War. In recognition of his brilliant military accomplishment, Aguinaldo promoted HIZON as one of the 12 new brigadier generals of the young Philippine Republic. He served as supreme commander of all Philippine forces in Pampanga who fought the Spaniards and Americans to gain Philippine independence. Maximino's death after he was caught, exiled, and imprisoned in Guam after his refusal to take allegiance to the American flag was not a consummation, but rather the beginnings of greatness that will long endure, for greatness knows no end. His valor and self-denial was done that we may live unshackled and unbowing to the Master. His legacy will forever be etched in our grateful hearts and in the proud spirit of our race. National hero Chief Justice Jose Abad Santos Sr. related to us because of his marriage to Amanda HIZON Teopaco. With the Japanese invasion rapidly advancing to the southern part of the Philippines, President Manuel L. Quezon was advised by General Douglas MacArthur to establish a government in exile to the United States. President Quezon invited Chief Justice Abad Santos to leave with him. However, Abad Santos declined, preferring to remain in the Philippines and carry on his work and stay with his family. On March 17, 1942, the day of Quezon's departure for the U.S. by way of Australia, he appointed Abad Santos as the acting president with full authority to act in the name of and on behalf of the President of the Commonwealth of the Philippines, and became the acting Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines in some areas unoccupied by the Japanese. Jose Abad Santos was caught and apprehended by high-commanding Japanese General Kawaguchi, who took him and his son aboard a ship on April 26, 1942, thinking they were heading to Manila. Instead, they arrived on April 28 at Parang, Cotabato. The next day, they were brought to Malabang, Lanao, arriving on April 30. After 2 days' confinement at Japanese camps, Chief Justice Abad Santos was called in front of Kawaguchi and was informed about the order of his execution. Before he was shot to death, he was able to talk to his son Pepito. His last parting words to his son were, Do not cry, Pepito. Show to these people that you are brave. It is an honor to die for one's country. Not everybody has that chance. Jose Abad Santos was executed at 2 p.m. on May 7, 1942, under a tall coconut tree near a riverbank. He refused to be blindfolded and refused the last cigarette offer. Nicolasa was a Filipino non-combatant in the Philippine-American War. Her actions not only included helping to minister the sick and wounded Filipino combatants, but also played a major role in appeasing General Antonio Luna during his confrontation with General Tomas Mascardo. This contributed to the collapse of the Bagbag-Kingwa Santa Maria defense line based on the Pampanga River, which was held against the Americans. Manuel Hizon de Leon, son of Graciana David Hizon and Damaso de Leon, became governor of Tarlac in 1904 to 1905 during the American regime in the Philippines. Olimpio Guanzon, married to Rosario T. Hizon, became Pampanga governor from 1922 to 1925 during the American occupation of the Philippines. Congressman Monico Mercado, married to Teresa Hizon Lorenzo, was the founder of Sasmuan, Pampanga. Mercado was the first elected assemblyman of Pampanga, who was instrumental in establishing Sasmuan, which used to be part of Guagua and Lubao. Francisco S. Hizon, son of Anacleto David Hizon and Victoria Miranda Singian, became mayor of Fernando, Pampanga. Rodolfo P. Hizon, grandson of Atanasio David Hizon, became mayor of San Fernando and vice-governor of Pampanga. Levi V. Panlilio, son of Primo Hizon Panlilio, became mayor of San Fernando, Pampanga, but was assassinated by the communists. Javier A. Hizon, son of Jesus Lorenzo Hizon, became mayor of Mexico, Pampanga, but was also assassinated by the communist NPA. Tiger Hizon Lagman became vice mayor of San Fernando, Pampanga. Vicente Panlilio Hizon, son of Pedro David Hizon, became municipal judge of Davao in 1918. He also became a member of the Davao Provincial Board and was president of the Davao Lawyers League. Senator Jambi Madrigal is a Filipino politician and businesswoman. She was elected as a senator in the 2004 elections. Congressman Joey Hizon served as representative of the 5th District of Manila from 1998 to 2007. Also noteworthy are the following who fueled the engine of economic growth in the Philippines, providing income and employment to many Filipinos. Jose Leoncio de Leon, son of Graciana David Hizon and Damaso, was an industrialist and founded and built Pampanga's Sugar Development Company, first Filipino-financed sugar central in Pampanga in April 1918. Primo H. Hizon, brother of Pampanga hero General Maximino Hizon, was a chemist who founded Farmacia Hizon, which became the first pharmaceutical company in the Philippines. His son Rafael Perez Hizon expanded Hizon Laboratories Inc. in 1937. His grandson built an automated plant in Antipolo on the late 90s, earning the credible reputation of the quality and prompt delivery of finished products. It has now become a leading pharmaceutical company of the Philippines. Angelo D. Hizon Jr. and his wife Lolita Olalia co-founded a multi-million peso meat processing plant, Pampanga's Best Inc., and the first and original tocino maker in the world. Fernando Hizon Acampo, born on August 7, 1897, was the grandson of Anacleto David Hizon. He was one of Manila's renowned architects. Many of Manila's finest commercial buildings in the 1930s attest to Ocampo's ability as an architect and engineer. Another renowned architect was Pablo Dayrit Panlilio, born on June 29, 1913. He was grandson of Luisa Hizon Panlilio and revolutionary heroine Nicolasa Dayrit. Attributed to his genius included MLQ University, Singian Memorial Hospital, American Veterans Memorial Hospital. He founded the League of Philippine Architects. In recognition of his exemplary performance as an architect, he was named member of the Board of Examiners for Architects. Then there was Bishop Federico O. Escaler. He was born in Manila and was ordained a priest on June 19, 1954, from the Religious Order of the Society of Jesus. Escaler was appointed titular bishop to the Giras Tarasil, as well as prelate to the Diocese of Kidapawan on June 12, 1976, and ordained bishop on July 31, 1976. Escaler would resign as titular bishop of Giras Tarasil on February 18, 1978. On February 23, 1980, Escaler was appointed prelate to the Diocese of Ipil and would remain in the post until his retirement on June 28, 1997. Ed Luciano Ocampo, a basketball Olympian. Ocampo was one of the finest guards the country has ever produced and a gentleman both on and off the hard court. Though not a scorer, his leech-like guarding helped the national team of 1967 to regain the ABC crown by limiting Shin Dong-pa, South Korea's 6'1" scoring machine, to just 12 points. Ocampo was one young Kapampangan who stood out for being a legend in his own time, winning honors for the Philippines and for himself in not one, but two sports, football and basketball. It is in the latter discipline that brought international prominence, earning him the title of Mr. Basketball of 1960 at age 22. Lourdes Quizambing served as the Philippines Secretary of Education, Culture and Sports from 1986 to 1989. Lourdes is the granddaughter of Genoveva HIZON Sevilla, daughter of Gavino Santiago HIZON. Adolf Sevilla Azcuna, grandson of Genoveva HIZON Sevilla, daughter of Gavino Santiago HIZON from Pulilan, is a Filipino jurist who served as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the Philippines from 2002 to 2009. He was appointed to the court by President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo on October 24, 2002. The three HIZON brothers of Malabon produced three national beauty queens. Vicente Santiago HIZON's descendant was Binibining Filipinas International 1987, Maria Lourdes Dizon Enriquez, while Felipe Santiago HIZON's descendant was the late Mirna Cese Panlilio, the first Binibining Filipinas Universe 1964. Meanwhile, Gavino Santiago HIZON's descendant, Onelia Evelyn Camus, became second runner-up in Miss International 1971. The following HIZONs have made their mark in the entertainment industry: the late Ramil Rodriguez and Pepito Rodriguez, Patrick Guzman, Jake Cuenca, Joshua Colette, Gab Lagman, singer Jamie Rivera. The HIZON clan has also known personalities in the fashion industry. These include top fashion designers Dom Martin HIZON Gomez, now a Benedictine monk, and Dita Sandico, best known for her versatile signature wraps, as well as Marina Benipayo, a top fashion model. Meanwhile, Filipino basketball fans are sure to recognize Vince HIZON and Richie Tixon. Betty Santos, granddaughter of Alejandra HIZON Lorenzo, was married to movie actor Jaime de la Rosa. Tina Santos, daughter of Gatas Santos, was a famous Carilagan model who became a prima ballerina. Jomar HIZON became a three-term mayor of Bacolor, Pampanga.
It is clear at this point that the HIZON clan is no ordinary clan, for it bears the name HIZON, a name built through centuries of diligence, hard work and integrity, a name which is to be borne with both pride and humility, a name which each and every HIZON family member of today and in the years ahead must uphold and live up to. HIZON, a name, a family, a heritage.